In the new Common Fisheries Policy, all catches of fish must be counted against quotas. This allows for sustainable management, correct data for biological advice, and it paves the way for higher quotas and a move away from top-down prescriptive micromanagement. Full documentation of catches is necessary. So far, EU and member states have taken no serious steps to give a clear direction for the implementation of accurate documentation. However, since 2008, Denmark and UK has applied fully documented fisheries. Let's have a look at the system while we wait for the responsible authorities to make up their mind.
Here is the image of our full system, where we have the box, the cameras, antennas and screen. And the box collects data from the cameras and sensors mounted on the fishing gear, and stores them locally to be transmitted to shore later. If we scroll up here, we can see an overview of the whole system workflow, where we at the first one have the vessel where our camera is installed. When the vessel gets close to harbor, it sends all its data in wirelessly using either 3G, 4G or Wi-Fi. It is then stored in a centralized location and can later be analyzed by the control instance on land. It is up to the fishermen to decide who the data is sent to. So if we take a look at how the authorities look through the data, this step right here, we have it here in the background. This is our analyzing software where we have opened a fishing trip in Skagerrak. This is northern Jutland. We can see that the vessel started its trip here and sailed out in Skagerrak and is fishing out here. If we take a look at the graph up here, we have a graph of the speed throughout the trip. We have the green bar here is the estimated fishing activities, and the blue and red bars here are the winch operations, so are the gear going in and out. The bottom bar is the... So if we move the map out here, for example, to another screen, you can have the videos and the map shown at the same time. The sensor data allows for the fishing inspectors to choose what part of the video they want to see and look through. For example, if we look at the graph up here, we can see that the boat or vessel is steaming out here to its first fishing operation, and we can see here on the winches that it is laying out the gear here, and by the fishing activity estimated here that it is then fishing for several hours up until the gear is hauled here indicated by the red bar here, meaning that the first place where it's interesting for the fishing operator to look through video would probably be from here when the fish is coming in. So we can try and start the video here. Now we can see the gear is coming in. If we fast forward a bit here by moving the cursor up in the timeline, we can now see the fish coming in here on the conveyor belts. We can even zoom in on the images. If we want to, we can get an image in full screen also. Like this. We can take notes at this position in the timeline. If we press Ctrl N, for example, you can write in something here, save that, and it is stored in the database at this location here, which you can use later for queries and research. Yeah, as with the note, there's a lot of other annotation options, and all these annotations are also stored in the database, so you can easily couple them with other data sources, for example, e-log data. Another feature of the analyzer is that you can search for different trips by clicking the button up here. In that way you can find vessels or trips where they sail into specific areas and even fish in specific areas. And you can do this because the application automatically estimates the fishing activities, so it knows where fishing occurs. In that sense, you can also set up alarms in the system that are raised if the vessel enters a specific area or fish in a specific area, so you can easily identify trips you wanna have a look at. Then we also have a messages feature where it's possible to, for the ministry, for example, to send in messages to the vessels out at sea. For example, if they want them to clean their cameras, they can send them a message of that.
Catch quota management and full documentation is widely supported for a number of reasons.
We normally do not have access to this kind of data except from having observers on board, but now we are filming everything and we have data for every day they go out. We have high quality, high resolutions, and we get data from all events. We have really little data loss. It's fantastic.
Use of cameras on board is fantastic. WWF has advocated the use of observers on fishing boats for a long time to record what is actually being caught, because with the present system you can only record what is landed at port, whereas here we can actually see what is being taken out of the sea, what is being processed on the boat, and what is being thrown back at the sea, and what is being kept and taken to port and landed. I think that this is a system that should be rolled out across Scotland and across the rest of the EU.
Catch quota management have shown consistent results in terms of sustainability and support from participating fishermen.
And we have to move from landing quotas to catch quotas, so that everything what is caught by the fishermen is brought to land. And I believe if we can make this change in the system, we will also give the fishermen new incentives to fish in the right way and in an acceptable way. And the point is that the fishermen shall gain from this new system by getting higher quotas.
Early 2016, the Commission will have to consider compliance with catch quotas, not only among fishermen, but for EU member states too.